Welcome back. Today let's discuss about one useful cloud technology platform called Microsoft Azure. Here is today's agenda. We can start with the Azure overview and how we can able to set up our Azure account to proceed with the work or implementations within Azure. The overview of the Azure Data Factory and various services which involves in the Azure technology platform. How we can able to create the linked services to make a connectivity to the different sources, how we can able to create the data sets which are connecting to the pipelines via the input dataset and output datasets, how we can able to create the integration runtime to make a connectivity to the on-premises and cloud platform services. The overview of the Azure is a public cloud platform technology and which offers many of the services which is like software as a service, platform as a service, infrastructure as a service. Suppose for example, if I want to spin up any of the infrastructure, I don't need the administrators to spin up the machines in a physical mode. I can directly open the Azure portal and then I can configure any of the services by simply following the guidelines which are provided in the Azure portal, and we can simply spin up any of the infrastructure as per our need by simply clicking on few clicks. We can able to configure the entire infrastructure ready. That is how we call it like a infrastructure as a service provided by the Azure. And we can configure any of the platform within the Azure by simply proceeding with the steps, and within 5 to 10 minutes we can configure everything inside the Azure that is necessary for our infrastructure and also for the platform. We can able to create any of the virtual machines based upon our need, so that developers should not wait until the infrastructure to get ready, and they can simply spin up and then they can start practicing or start implementing about their needs. And Azure also provides the software as a service. Like suppose for example, if you need a piece of software, suppose for example, if you want to configure or install any of the SQL, then you need to follow the few process of installation steps in your machine, right? Likewise, actually in Azure, you can simply configure or spin up any of the SQL server or any of the service like a big data service or web-based services and all. You can configure it with simple clicks. So actually Azure is a platform which is providing multiple options. You can set up or configure the infrastructure in a very easier manner, and you can configure your platforms by simply following through the guidelines of simple clicks, and you can set up your software into the Azure so that developers can start working on it. In the Azure Cloud Technology Platform, which is having around 200 products which are already been integrated with Azure, and 600 cloud services which are already been in place with Azure platform. Azure provides multiple services. Example, databases. You can spin up any of the operating systems as per your need, and you can spin up your big data clusters based upon the demand. And you can set up any of the on-demand clusters and all. You can easily configure within the Azure. You can build, run and manage applications across multiple clouds. Suppose for example, if you want to integrate with a different cloud provider, then you can easily do it via the data factory, and you can connect it to the edge devices and IoT devices easily with Azure. And there is providing much integrations within the Azure platform, which is supporting multiple third party applications you can connect, and multiple services you can connect from the different cloud vendors also. You can get integrated with the Azure. In the next session, we can see how we can create our own Azure account. Thank you all.